Are you struggling to get out of rookies? Today I'm going to show you how to do it, but I'm not going to go ahead and tell you to go ahead and basically skip the entire race. I'm going to go ahead and tell you how to play smart and make sure to take every opportunity, but at the same time not destroying your I rating. So without further ado, let's go analyze my race and see how we can get out of rookies and into D class. And off we go. We are away, and most a clean start by everybody else, but we will soon see the main challenge. Now, I decided to actually bring it a bit earlier and let people ahead of me, and that pays off soon. P1 sprints up ahead, and there's a huge wreck ahead of me, but I tapped into the same call. Using your brain is very important. Now I'm in P3, fighting for P2, and as you can see, mistakes do happen. This is the main reason why people use I rating, or safety rating for that matter. It's because they want to go for T1 overtakes. But I like to use the famous quote, you can never win it in the first corner, but you can always lose it. Or something along those lines. Now as you can see, we're going to fight P2 right now. Almost like P1. We're now fighting P2. And we're going to play it smart here right now by letting him make mistakes. Now we are in a very, very high SLF, so there will be less mistakes most likely, but there are some mistakes as you can tell by turning. For example, most people would go ahead and take an opportunity like this, but I go ahead and stay back and let him maybe make a bigger mistake. Now it turns out that he does not make a bigger mistake, but it's always better to be safe. Now over here, this is my overtake. I see that there's an opportunity, and I go ahead and take it. It is a bit on the dirtier side, but how this race has been going so far, I don't want to risk being at the mercy of other drivers. Alright, now that we see we've passed him, now we're going to the challenge. Our mirrors are filled up by this guy right behind us, and he looks racing. So, the main question now is, how can we play smart, but at the same time being offensive and defensive? That's we'll see the pressure. First step is actually keeping it pretty clean. Keeping it clean and keeping it predictable can minimize your chance of getting shunted right away, off a straightaway, or corner breaking. Another big thing is keeping your opponent at bay. Keeping them at a good distance and respecting that distance is also very, very vital for the race. Now as you can see right now, my opponent's actually slowly going away from us, but as you'll see shortly, this will also change once I make a little mistake. Now, if you're going ahead and watching this right now, you would go ahead and think that, hey, dude, you are really far away from the driver, so I would not be going to work. But this is when people use their guard, they start underthinking things in a sense, and then that's when mistakes start forming. As you can start seeing, I may have had that thought creep into my mind, and all of a sudden, my opponent's now inching a bit closer to me as I make more mistakes and more mistakes. Be careful on this corner, by the way, as your car does tend to lift off and get very, very light. I do not suggest keeping a close distance by racing off here. As you can tell, a close car just came by, and that freaked me out, and now we have my opponent come closer. Now my opponent is filling my mirrors. He's right behind me, applying pressure. He's getting closer and closer. And now he's going for overtakes. So how do we deal with pressure like this? Well, first of all, like I said, being predictable. And also respecting space. That are two main things to keep yourself space while defending. And at the same time, not be offensive. You see, I maintain a very, very predictable racing line through the entire corners. And all the corners combined allow my opponent to more predictably go for moves and go for overtakes. While you don't want to be completely giving up all the space, you also don't want to be cutting anybody off. And as you can tell, our patience has paid off, as now our opponent is now making a mistake, and we are able to now create back a distance. Now, as most people realize, like I said again, most people will go ahead and not worry about this guy right there. But as a person who's trying to maintain a good safety rating, I would always be concerned about anyone within a second between them. If he's within a second, I will start looking and start being concerned. As you can tell, I once again failed to do that, and now my opponent is right behind me with less than half a second gap. Now, being aware of your opponent's potential mistakes is huge for safety rating and overall consistency in racing. We know in this section of the course, especially towards the end where we have that lift and the drop, people tend to make a lot of mistakes. Recognizing that potential mistake opportunity can be crucial to preventing future collisions and other mistakes, as when your opponent slides ahead of you, if you're too close, then you might be able to hit them and cause a bigger wreck. But if you know the guy is right behind you, you're able to more easily prevent it, and therefore cause a cleaner race and have a better opportunity. You see, this worked out for me perfectly, and I kept on keeping my consistent line, and now we are cruising away with a solid 1.5 second gap. And there you have it. This is the end of my race. My race from there on becomes a perfect consistency, which is never something to forget, but can be slightly overlooked, as we will talk about that in future videos. Thank you for watching. Please, again, let me know if you guys have any future content ideas. Thanks for signing off for now.